Good day, YouTube. This is Jay Money with Falling Forward Financial. Just a new video here on ASENSUSSURGICAL. I had a comment on one of my other videos to cover this one. This is ASENSUSSURGICAL, ticker ASXC. ASXC. That's a tongue twister. Here's a look at what they've done over the last year. So not too great, about down over 74%. In the last 3 months, down over 56%. In the last month, down over 28%. In the last week, down about 12.5%. And here's a look at what it's doing today. So, I currently have 2 shares of this one with a 0 cost basis. Looks like I had a order in to sell on December 1st. Might just keep it. I placed it high, so it's probably not going to fill any time soon unless it has a major run-up. But volume on this one is 3.04 million, average of 2.86, $198 million market cap, so small company. 52-week low of 0.8361 and a 52-week high of $6.95. Here's a look at their next earnings on March 10th. And looks like I've placed an order in to sell this one a couple times, so it doesn't say how I ended up with this one, so that I'm not for sure, but I had this one for a while, and just came across some information on it, and like I said, I had a request to do a video on this one, and so, oh, everything's down today. But Microsoft Bing is showing this as a buy. I mean, at 85 cents, it might be worth taking a look at some more, especially with news like this. ASENSUSSURGICAL stock initiated by H.C. Wainwright. Analyst price target now $4. This is a little bit older, back on the 7th, but still relevant if you're looking at the stock and trying to figure out if this is a good idea for your portfolio or not. But they had a loss of minus 9.39% or 0.1 points to close at 94 cents with a heavy trading volume. The company reported on December 29th that ASENSUSSURGICAL is the 40th annual JP Morgan Healthcare Conference and H.C. Wainwright BioConnect 2022 conference. So it's got a lot of talk about it, and it looks like the conference already took place on the 13th. So we're just gonna skim through this article since it's a little bit older. But for those of you that are into the stock, I just thought this was relevant, even though it is a little bit older. So we'll just keep skimming through. Went over a lot of this information already, the 52-week high, 52-week low. Here's some trading performance analysis. Kind of already went over that as well. Deeper dive into the fundamental analysis. Moving on, ASENSUSSURGICAL has a promising outlook for 2022. So it has a beta value of 1.49 and has seen 3.32 million shares traded in the last trading session. The company currently valued at $220.78 million. Closed the last trade at 95 cents per share, which means it gains 1 cent on the day, or 0.34 during that session. The stock price is down 631.58% off of the 52-week high price of $6.95 and 15.79 above 52-week low of 80 cents. Here's some analyst ratings. We'll kind of go over that at the end. Here's some trade information, estimates and forecasts. Growth estimates for the current quarter are 22.20% and 12.50% for the next quarter. Revenue growth from the last financial year is estimated to be 128.70%.
One analyst offering their estimates for the company have set an average revenue estimate of $1.51 million for the current quarter. One of estimated revenue 1.4 for the next quarter, concluding on March 2022. A year ago, sales stood at $1.11 million and $2.08 million respectively for the quarter and the next. Analysts expect sales growth of 36.30 for the current quarter. Is this rapidly growing surgical robotics stock a buy? This is dated on the 18th. So in the surgical robotics industry, it's critically important that surgeons are able to trust robotic surgical systems. After all, surgeons' reputations and their patients' lives hang in the balance. In November, the digital surgery company ASXC reported third quarter results that suggest it is becoming more accepted by surgeons, but should growth investors buy the stock? That's always the gamble. So here's a look at some of the equipment that they have. Strong trending in the right direction. Revenue expectations in the third quarter ending on September 30th. There were several encouraging takeaways from the company's earnings report. ASENSUSSURGICAL revenue soared 215.8% in the third quarter against the year ago period to nearly $2.6 million. What makes the revenue growth especially incredible is that came despite the 19, we'll just say DV disruptions that affected all of the ASENSUSSURGICAL key markets. Their revenue in the third quarter more than doubled analysis forecasts for $1 million in revenue for the period. So did the company manage to pull off a huge revenue beat? So we'll just have to wait and see what the future holds for this one. These can go up, they can go down, they can go up, and they can go right back down. It just kind of depends. So cost of a procedure using the system is between $300 and $500, which is well below the $1,800 average cost for a robotic surgery procedure, including instruments and consumables. The CEO attributes that cost advantage to the system's reusable surgical instruments, which is a major competitive advantage that should drive further adoption of the system. Here's their balance sheet. Has $147.9 million in cash and investments, which is bolstered by the fact that the company has no long-term debt, which is a plus. Attractively valued growth stock. So I don't know, it's worth a shot at 85 cents. I might pick up some. I'm just kind of waiting to see what it does here today. But H.C. Wainwright lifts a census price estimate. Who else is bullish? This is also on the 18th. So kind of already went over their $4 projection. So just going to scroll through some of this information as we've already went over a lot of this. See if there's anything else in here that we did not go over. Based on careful and fact-backed analysis of Wall Street experts, the current consensus on the target price of the shares is $4 per share. Analysis on target price and performance of the stock is usually carefully studied by market experts, and the current Wall Street consensus on ASXC stock is a recommendation set at 2. The rating represents a strong buy recommendation on the scale of 1 through 5, where 5 meaning strong sell, 4 represents sell, 3 is a hold, and 2 indicates a buy. So it's got some decent ratings. They made an estimate for ASENSUS shares, keeping their opinion on the stock as a buy and their previous recommendations back on March 26, 2021. Don't ignore this blaring warning signal. This is dated on the 20th.
Get rid of the pop-up. 84 cents to be precise. The stock rose vividly during the last session to 90 cents after opening rate of 88 cents, while the lowest price it went was recorded at 84 cents before closing at 88 cents recently in news on January 10th, 2022. The preliminary 2021 year-end corporate update, ASENSUSSURGICAL, a medical device company that is digitizing the interface between the surgeon and the patient to pioneer the new area performance guide surgery, today provided a preliminary 2021 year-end corporate update. You can read further details here. So the full year performance was minus 75.78%, so not too great, but if you do the research on this one and believe in the company, again, I don't give tax, legal, or trading advice. Like I said, it's down, so it might provide a buying opportunity for you. According to the data provided by bar chart, the moving average of the company in the 100-day period was set at 1.5871, with a change in the price was noted minus 1.34. In a similar fashion, ASENSUSSURGICAL posted a movement of 61.45 for the period of last 100-day recording. And so the volume is up, the ratings are up, so we'll just have to wait and see on this one. Great year, great progress. So another way to look at it, it's pretty much reached the bottom, and I guess it still could go down, but it basically has nowhere to go but up. Over here on StockTwits at 80 cents with a 52-week low. It don't make any sense. It's 80 cents and says a 52-week low of 91, high of 695, or whatever. Just bought 1,250 more. It's insane how they are pushing it. They are playing with wildfire. Order filled. I just did that today. Price target set for the stock is $4. Sets up an interesting set of potential movement for the stock. According to the data from FinViz Research. Bit more book value. I don't know, so still have to research this one. I'm still looking into it. Currently at 80 cents. MSN Money showing it as a buy, and nothing here on tip ranks. So we will see what this one does, but it's was at 85, now it's gone down to well, you could have got it for 79 earlier, so 52-week low 0.8361. Not much is updating here, but if you have this one, go ahead and list it in the comments along with your cost basis, any other information you'd like to share on this one, and any information on this one at all would be welcomed, and that way we can try to decide whether this one is a buy or not, outside of given the ratings showing it as a buy. And if you haven't smashed that like button yet, go ahead and hit that for me, as well as subscribing and hit the bell so you're notified of when the next videos drop. Again, this is J Money following Ford Financial. Happy trading, happy investing, stay green. Cheers.